Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time we defeated Dark Bahamut. This time we're gonna head back to the gate and see if there's a friend waiting for us. Well, she's not really a friend anymore. You can come back and save here. I didn't last time just because. Just didn't want to screw something up and be forced into a fight by going the wrong way, controller not wanting to work or anything like that. I went over the preparations last time. Comrade overdrive mode, full overdrives at the start. Same equipment we've been using forever. Hello. This is one of the longer fights in the game. Not as long as Penance by any stretch, but definitely one of the longer fights. And we're going to start with quick hits and attack reels. And the thing with Dark Anima, she's got 8 million HP, so double Dark Bahamut, 99,900 for the overkill. Her normal attack will instantly shatter if you do not have stone proof. It will also inflict poison, zombie, and curse. You want to make sure you bring both remedies and holy water into this fight. Pain bypasses immunity and causes instant death, so Aeons are not a good choice for this fight. She's got the same amount, or very close to the same amount of defense as Bahamut, so there's no point in entrusting your overdrives over to Waka. You might as well just use a quick attack. You get your turn faster. But yeah, just kind of go all out and do lots of quick hits. You don't need to worry about your MP in this fight, so don't even think about that. Pain. You'll want Auto Haste, Auto Phoenix, and Auto Protect's probably helpful. Pain, like I said, inflicts instant death, bypasses immunity. So even though Riku has a ribbon on, which should bypass it, it's not going to help us. It has another attack that I'll talk about in a moment when she decides to use it. Get some quick hits in. And let's see, I can get another quick hit in. And another quick hit in. And no more quick hits. Now we need to quick pocket and use an explosion, make sure we're all healed up. Because I believe her next attack is, yes, Mega Graviton. Does 7/16 of your HP, inflicts Doom, Slow, Silence, Dark, and Sleep. Sleep at least is for 99 turns. I'm not sure if any of the other statuses are. But yeah. Having two people that have ribbon for this fight is insanely useful because you only have to use, one remedy instead of two. Now we're just going to quick hit the crap out of this guy until we get our next turn, or until she's ready to get her next turn. Make sure you have another turn set up with Riku. Don't use her last turn, because the only way we're surviving this, other than calling for an Aeon, is to use Auto Life. So basically what we've been doing all along. Now, the reason I've been doing this, even though it's probably faster and easier and more intuitive to just summon an Aeon to take the hit, is one, for the challenge, and two, to show off a slightly more difficult way of taking down the boss. Oblivion. Now, we already saw how this worked out before. As you know, after, we've used it once, we can set the animation to short, and then it just rounds up all the damage to 1 point whatever million. In this case, we get to see every hit every single time, so beyond the first one, I'll probably throw it on fast forward just to save time. This can be a very long boss fight. But yeah, this one will deal MP damage as well, the equivalent, I think, of 10% of your MP per hit. And since it hits like 15 times or 16 times or whatever, yeah, you're not surviving that. And you're going to be out of MP when you revive. So make sure you have some Mega Elixirs around as well. Because you're going to need to use one. And that should be our first move there, Mega Elixir. Get some MP back so we can do more quick hits. You have your overdrive, so we can set that up, I believe. Yes, that's fine. go. What else do we have to know about you? Oblivion does MP damage, it delays, that matters, removes all buffs except for auto life, thank God for that. The wiki was really confusing about how the elemental damage works. Technically, she nullifies all elemental damage, but at the same time, it was saying that you could use attacks and she's completely immune or something like that. Okay, so that was the normal attack. Normal attack will inflict all the statuses I mentioned before, including poison. You'll want to remove poison. It does additional damage now as opposed to normal, but you also want to remove... where are my holy waters there? You'll want to remove the curse so that you can get your overdrive. And even though Titus already has it, and we want to be able to entrust it over if he needs to learn it again. So, anyway. There's the reasoning behind that. And some quick hits. Having 2 people with ribbon for this fight is insanely useful. Normally, you need at least 1 person to have ribbon. Otherwise, you're not surviving a lot of the normal attacks. Not with any decent kind of armor, anyway. Should be fine. Pain is probably... I wouldn't say the best outcome. Best outcome is probably a normal attack. I'm not sure if she's got an attack pattern or anything like that, but anyway, just wail away on her. When we get close to building up her overdrive, we'll just make sure to use Riku. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to... Where's Quick Pockets? I'm actually going to heal. I could get her overdrive set up for this round, but if I just guard, you'll just do a normal attack, which I then have to use Quick Pockets and a Holy Water. But now I get a whole bunch more attacks, and I don't have to, you know, worry about setting up any of my buffs or anything like that all over again. I can just wail away on her for a whole bunch more rounds. So I think that's probably the most effective strategy. Okay, now that pulls her up. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on Riku so that she does get a turn. And the reason you want to use the last turn is because your overdrive has a much higher recovery time than just using Quick Hit. So you'll want it to be the last move you do, or one of the last moves before... Come on, controller. I don't know what's with it, but every time I go into mix now, it starts giving me grief. Anyway, there we go. But yeah, don't use any elemental damage on her. That's not going to help you. Fast forward. Thank God for fast forward. You don't get any of the sound effects, but we've already heard this. Oh, you do get sound effects. And it disables its fast forward partway through. Well, that's lame. Very lame. Alright. Fall down. Get up. Fall down. Get up. Fall down. Get up. Pretty much how this works. Alright. Next thing up. Mega Elixir. You won't have to worry about Mega Elixirs too much. There's, I think, maybe only 1 or 2 other fights will probably need them. And let's see here. Special. Quick Pockets. Holy Water. The reason why I'm not using Quick Pockets for the Mega Elixirs is because it requires MP, and obviously I don't have any. You can use an Overdrive. I wonder how long I've had that built up. Yeah, my brain doesn't really focus too well on multiple things at once, which is why anytime, you know, I stop and I'm looking at things, or I'm not, I sit there and talk for like 2-3 minutes and I don't move anything on the screen. The reason for that is my brain just can't do it. So I do my best, but and I work on trying to get better at it, but there's only so much I'm able to do. I'm fighting biology here, or heredity, or something, I don't know. More quick hits. Yeah, so normally this would inflict all these status effects against everybody. So if nobody has a ribbon at this point, you're basically got game over, because that sleep will last a full however many turns. And by the time she uses a normal attack, she'll probably just kill you. So it won't wake you up. I need a remedy. Remedy. Who's got the remedy? There we go. And nope. And special. And we want to use a healing water. Get ourselves all maxed out again. And quick hit barrage. Go. Now, I'm not sure what else I could do at this point to kind of continue to make the game particularly interesting. There's no way of removing the Doom spell, or status, by the way. So, I would normally remove all that stuff from Waka, but he's going to die in 2 rounds anyway, so I'm not really worried about that. So we'll just quick hit. He's going to take... Oh, he doesn't take any more damage, but... Go. Get a quick hit in. Another quick hit in. And there, death hits him. Auto life. And Riku sets up our overdrive here. Where is it? Lunar Curtain, Torch tomorrow. And I don't need to do anything else because I'm going to die. So there's quick hit. If you needed to heal, that was your opportunity to heal, but fast forward for as much as it will let me, and then it'll stop for no reason. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of dead. I think this does like 90,000 damage, and I think it's like regardless of stats. That's the same with the overdrives for all of the Dark Aeons. Their overdrives deal a specific range of damage regardless of stats, or at least that's what I've read. So don't worry too much about, trying to get break HP limit to protect against it. The reason why I didn't go for it is it's completely unnecessary in this game. There's almost no time where break HP limit's going to help you at all. Most of the time, you're better off with auto life. It's easier, it's faster, requires less grinding, all that kind of stuff. So some attack reels. Alright, what else we got going on? I should be a little over halfway through the fight. Boss fight, usually, I've seen the boss fight take about 20 minutes. I think that's kind of typical. So we're part way through. Alright, so special quick pockets. Get the remedy going. Special use healing water. And more quick hits. More quick hits. Go. Oh, wow. That's a lot faster than I've seen it done in the past. I didn't think I was anywhere close to killing her. Huh. Figured I had another 3 or 4 minutes to go. I will take that. That went extremely well. I guess having the extra ribbon helped more than I was expecting it to. There's the super goalie. And yeah, there's nothing else to that there. Let's see. Give me a quick sec here while I go over my notes. Okay, we're back. I just wanted to go over what I was planning because I didn't expect to be able to move on from where we were today. I expected that to take 20 minutes and just call the end of the episode there. But since we have a little bit of time left over, we might as well move over to the next day on, since we just make our way out here. And we'll go and talk to Yojimbo, who of course is exactly where you would expect him to be. Even the Dark One is sitting in his cave doing nothing, waiting for us to come and eat his blade. And his blade is really powerful this time around. It's not like he does a whole huge amount of damage normally, but if you get hit by Zanmato, then it will deal 99,999, and it dispels auto life. Let's see here. Let's remove some encounters, make my life a little bit easier. You can warp on in. Now, there's an interesting aspect to this fight, and that when you run into Dark Yojimbo, he will ambush you, and he'll be able to get a move in. Why did that overlay over the menu? Weird. And it'll... So yeah, he can do that. And so some of his attacks can break... Or well, his attacks break the damage limit. Some of them will even do that with max defense, so you may want to have the defense plus 20. The thing is, some of his other attacks will instantly shatter you, and so you need the protection from stone. So I guess you could create like a whole new armor with auto haste, auto protect, defense plus 20, and I don't know, maybe stone proof or something like that. Make like a whole new armor, but I'm not going to do that. There is a reason you may want to do that though, and I will go over that in a minute. So there's a number of ways you can deal with this. Since he's going to ambush you, you can have someone in with first strike, or you can just kind of eat it. Let's see here, formation. We actually do have a use for Ornn with his first strike ultimate weapon. Might as well just use him. This is why I said earlier in the game not to go out of your way. Well, I can turn that off, I guess, now. Not to, when you went to go revisit Yojimbo, not to walk out, to use the teleporter to get out, because if you walked out, you would have run into this guy. And it's not going to end well for you. Because he's got Yojimbo. Yo. What's up, buddy? It does give you a chance to run away, but we don't need to do that. Let's go challenge him here. Ambushed. So the reason why I chose Riku to get out is there's one way around having, not having enough defense in order to deal with things. And that's using Lunar and a Healing Spring to get Ultra Null All, because it gives you all of those cheers in one move. His Wakizaishi will always hit all party members, and without the additional defense, it will kill all of your party members. So that's why we do that. Let's see here. He has 1.6 million HP, 99,900 for the overkill. He always ambushes. Like I was saying, the defensive armor is somewhat useful. You probably want to customize your own, and there is a reason for that. We'll get into that in a little bit. His Diagro attack will shatter anyone not protected from stone. Wakizashi always hits all people. His other Kozuka dagger attack, I think that one can break the damage limit normally if you don't have additional protection beyond max defense and protect. He also has a very, very high luck stat. I think it's like 114. So if you don't have at least that and then some good accuracy, you're going to have a hard time hitting this guy. Other than that, we just need to quick hit him to death. He's not really super difficult. You could use attack reels for this if you wanted to. It doesn't really matter. Attack reels does better than it's done against the previous couple of bosses, but nothing outstanding. As you can see, 38 to 40, not bad. And quick hit. And special use healing water. So yeah, so he's gonna go for that again. That's all right. We'll just go for the healing water again, and we'll be fine. So if he does build up his overdrive for Zanmato, you're basically screwed, and it would be game over. I do want to demonstrate that just because, one, I've never seen him use it before, and two, we missed the animation, the full animation for Zanmato. Have I even shown Zanmato successfully use yet? If not, I will have to do that myself. So yeah, this will shatter someone if they don't have protection. It also inflicts poison and a few other status effects that I didn't write down. Yeah, I forgot to write it down, the additional status effects. I think it's just poison, but I wouldn't worry too much because he's almost dead. Not really the most intimidating version of Yojimbo we've seen. Not the most intimidating Dark Aeon. Well, I'll let you guys see. Do note that his normal drop is Dark Matter. And he runs away. Now the thing with this is you actually have to fight him 5 full times in order to do anything. And in order to interrupt this, you either have to soft reset, which in the Steam version you can't do. That's holding all the L and R buttons, start and select, you know, like with any other Final Fantasy game. But it's also if you go into the Blitzball menu, that will count. That will break up your thing. You have to beat him all 5 times in a row without reloading. You cannot save in between. You'll have to restart it. And what this does, I am healed. What this does, there's no enemy encounters when you're chasing Dark Yojimbo. But what it'll do is it'll allow you to fight him multiple times in a row, and it's a very fast way of farming Dark Matter. He does have a rare drop of Master Spheres, which you don't need, but fighting him over and over again, and he only ambushes you on the first attempt, or on the first fight. So you don't have to worry about any of that. You can just come in here, 1.6 million, you know, that's 17 hits with quick hit. It's not really all that difficult. But you probably want to make sure you set up Ultra Null All so you don't get one-shot by any of its attacks. There was something I thought I was supposed to mention about this attack. Doesn't deal any status effects. Maybe it's just damage. Huh. Oh well. But yeah, I'm not going to demonstrate all the rest of the fights against him, but I do want to show off at least one more thing before we call it for the day. See, that one's questionable, because sometimes it'll do that, and sometimes it won't. I'm not sure how it's programmed. Sometimes it'll do 99,999, and I guess it's by chance. Normally, if you're not immune to stone, he will petrify and shatter you that way, but sometimes he only does like 6,000 damage with it. I'm not sure how it works, but it's just the way it does work. So anyway. But yeah, being able to come in there, kill this guy really fast. You can go the overdrive route if you're interested in that and just keep spamming attack reels or blitz ace or both or whatever you want to do. But it's a very fast way of farming Dark Matter. In fact, it's the fastest in the game. And in my test run, I actually needed to do this in order to get all of the Dark Matter I needed, because I didn't get enough when I was farming spheres. Now, there is one point, and that point is right here. If you go up there, that will be the 3rd encounter with Yojimbo. You can bypass that, go down here, fight the 4th, and then the 5th. But at the end, the summoner will just run away, and you won't get credit for defeating him. You literally have to do all 5 in a row. You can't skip that one, even though it's technically possible to skip it. It won't count, and you need to defeat all the Dark Aeons to unlock penance. So if you're going to do this, you have to do it properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go save, because I just don't care at the moment about farming those. I don't need any more Dark Matters. The reason I was farming them in my test run is because I wanted to make sure that I had enough to get a second person with Ribbon. You want to do this primarily before you fight Dark Bahamut and specifically Dark Anima, because those two are really annoying. Especially with the status effects. You also want them for dealing with the Dark Mega Sisters as well, but that's, you know, it's not required, but it's nice to have. But anyway, that's all for this one. At the start of the next episode, I will have cut to fighting the 5th and final version. It's no different than any of the other ones, but I figure it's a good way to start off the episode, and then we will move on to take down the Mega Sisters. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.